SOS Podcast. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit them notification bells. You know what I mean? We lit, man. We lit. About to bring people up in here. Shout out all the moderators. Shout out all of the chat. You know what I mean? Like, comment, subscribe. You know what I mean? And all that goodness. Try to bring our guest up in here real quick. Said, hang on. We're telling people about it. We're telling people. Okay. All the necessary peoples is here. Trying to get my peoples up in here. It's not working. Okay, we got one person. Let's see if we get the other two. Shout out to the Phoenix Rose in the building.
What's going on? What's up?
My internet's, what they say, Blue Ivy's internet is not being nice to me.
Hello. Hello, Phoenix.
Hello.
Okay, Blue Ivy has blessed us.
Our Lord and Savior Blue Ivy that fixed the internet.
When did that start? What's that about, Blue Ivy's internet? That's some funny shit.
I don't know. People just would say a random celebrity and then just say that's their internet because I think it started off with Al Gore's internet and then it just took off from there.
I did see Al Gore's internet.
Yeah. I see Al Gore's, Beyonce, all types of people.
So Blue Ivy's internet. We are the SOS Podcast and we are kind of late. I had some
kind of.
We're
a whole episode of Seinfeld late. We're sorry, folks.
Yeah, we're trying to start a podcast and it was I'm like, what's up with that?
In here getting chastised by my brothers, but yeah, man, I was late. I could not figure out how to, for some reason, get this to a point where I could log into another goddamn page, even though I had created a page before. For some reason, I couldn't figure out because where I needed to go to log into another one. And I don't know, probably because I updated my Instagram and it changed or something. But then I kept mistyping like the password. I was either misspelling the password or misspelling the username, and it just kept coming back fraud. So I was about to call you, Tenzin. I was about to be like, bro, what is up with this fraud password?
I kept getting the words from the page saying someone was trying to get in. I'm like, who is this? I was sitting there like, uh-oh. You know we done had some Russians come through here now.
Yeah, but we are all tidy and locked in. You know what I mean? We are all aboard the SOS. The I don't even know what to call it. The SOS steamboat.
The SOS diggy.
Oh man.
And we got Miss Phoenix in the building, man. If you want to just say hello to the peeps one time.
Hello, hello. What's going on, everybody?
It looks this look like got the earth tones in the back, man. You look like about to shoot an R&B video back there.
Yeah, it does look cozy.
That's like the R&B. That's like the R&B album cover video, like background. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Just need some
okay.
rain and some thunderstorms in the background.
Got the fireplace going.
Now, do y'all like your R&B singers to be standing up in the picture or laying down? Like,
Nah, they gotta be up against the big window in the house. One arm on the window like this.
right.
Staring out.
out.
They gotta watch Shorty leave from the house that they made mad, go into the car and drive away.
I like the classic one where they just leaning up against the side of the CD cover. They got their hands in their pockets and shit. They just looking like, yeah, nigga. You know what I mean? You know this album about to be some fire. You know what I mean? I guess
if they don't got a beanie on in the music video, it's not good. Throw it out.
Is y'all picking up what's in my background? Sound like a bunch of wolves howling.
I was like somebody dying.
Hold on real quick, man. Hold on. I don't even know if I'll be able to shut this door. Shit,
Marcus stopped me this time.
Yeah, he must
be picking up the strings.
Yeah, Folkland's at the hostel. So Phoenix, man, I gotta say, ever since the page followed you, we got like a lot of different radio personalities following us. I'm like, dang, Phoenix is the magnet.
Okay. Well, that's what's up.
Yeah, but so how you been today?
I am good. It's hot today, but I'm good. I'm good.
Who you telling, man?
Today.
I get to be like y'all, like, cause you know when you northern folks like be down here, when I be talking about it's cold, I'm like, if you think that's cold, but now I get to do that to you. I'm down in Georgia, like, well, you think y'all was hot up there? How about you come down to Georgia? Yes, I finally get to feel superior.
Nah, it was definitely hot as hell today, and I wasn't even outside that much.
Humidity, oh Lord,
that was oppressive. That was some oppressive ass heat, like. That heat was fucking. That heat was redlining and goddamn stopping and frisking and all types of shit. Man.
I felt the humidity called me boy earlier.
That's funny as hell. But yeah, we got Miss Phoenix on the line here, man. Like she kept saying in the messages that we were doing back and forth when I invited her to the show. What do y'all want me to say? What do y'all want from me? Like I don't have a plan or nothing to say on a Wednesday night. Like what the hell do y'all want? What do you want me to say? And I was like, man, just give it up for your brand, man. Just say everything that you're doing, everything you got going on, whatever moves you got popping, you know what I mean? And this whole page is just, or this whole show is about just swapping networks, you know what I mean? And you know, and you introducing yourself to our network, we introducing ourselves to yours, and seeing if we could build ourselves a little community here, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was told that y'all gained some more followers.
Oh yeah. Oh, you famous?
So.
Oh, she famous.
Yeah, man. She got us a few radio personalities following us back. So
word.
That's the network's already working.
It was the promo video for real. That music I put on there was quite exquisite. That Rory can't beat that. You know what I mean?
It is exquisite, yes.
I'll give you that one.
I was like, what would she be listening to? What's she rocking right now? Oh, wait, this record.
I'm an R&B girl. I'm an R&B girl. That's that's my thing right there. So.
Word. But yeah, man, if you want to give us the rundown of what you got going on and stuff, that'd be cool.
All right. Well, to everyone who does not know me, my name is Phoenix Rose. I am the host of The Weekend Vibe on Vibe 95. The show happens every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Ooh.
So make sure y'all catch it. Again, y'all can catch it online at Vibe 95, or you can download the MyTuner app, search for Vibe 95, and take us with you.
So what they're going to hear on the Vibe? Like what they going to hear on Vibe 95?
So we got some old school R&B. So, we got you know, I feel old saying that our stuff is now you
Oh
know,
man.
our stuff is now, you know, the back in the day music. But
Yeah.
we got that old school R&B, you know, we got that Aaliyah. Um, who else we got on there? We got that LL Cool J with the Hey Lover.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, we're throwing it back. So, you know, we got about any type of vibe that you need right there,
Word,
all
word.
day, every day. So,
So what do you typically tackle like on your particular show?
well, you know, my show is on for the weekend. So my thing is to like just to get you to vibe out, just
Mm-hmm.
to like have some fun, vibe out. That's that music you put on when you clean in the house.
Yeah.
That's that music that you put on at the cookouts. It's the music that you vibing out to in your car. You just running out real quick, running some errands. It's all day, every day. I'm telling you, that's all I do. Just make sure that y'all got a good vibe going on.
Hey, you know, speaking of like old school, I remember I was thinking to myself like that Childish Gambino, that Redbone, like it's gonna be so weird, like when I'm in my 50s or whatever, and like, you know, the beginning of that song comes on and like all the people are like, ah
Uh-huh.
shit, you know, like
Oh
that's like
no.
like like what you know about that.
Yeah.
Because they
But I think
called
about that.
Savi old school once, and I was like, damn, okay. My hair started
Yeah.
turning white, so yeah, I
Yeah,
understand.
somebody told me yesterday, they're like, yeah, you know, B2K just celebrated 20 years. And I was like, wait, what?
Damn.
Oh, whew,
Yeah, I know,
that,
right?
like, wait a minute. Like, that's a little much right there. So I was like, that just proves how
It's,
old our
it's,
music is
it's
now.
like I'll
So,
just ignore that.
The
yeah,
niggas went
I was
from
like,
bump bump
we ain't
bump to
going to talk
scoot
about
scoot
that.
scoot.
Right.
Nah, you knew a Mario was getting old when you see him do that crazy TikTok dance. What was that thing? Y'all see that
That thing
TikTok
that went
challenge?
everywhere.
Yeah,
Everybody
the
was
thing that
doing it.
went everywhere, bro. That old shuffle foot old man dance. That's how you knew a Mario was getting up there.
So do you know like all the words to the music that's playing? Like, are you one of them people that know all the every single lyric? And do you attempt to sing?
I mean, there's some that I'll sing with. There is some that
Mm,
I'll sing with. I will say this though, like LL Cool J's "Hey Lover" is one of my favorite songs. So
right. So
definitely always got out with that one. So
when you're really belting it out, what's the place you feel most comfortable? The shower or the car?
my car,
Yeah.
there is nothing like being in the car by yourself and you
Mm,
taking that drive. But I don't care where you're going. If you're just driving down the highway for a quick second, like there's nothing like turning that music up and
Yeah.
just belting it out at the top of your lungs. There's nothing like it. Nothing like it.
what's that
Especially
one
if you can
record?
catch somebody's attention in the car next to you and they
What's that
looking
one
at you like,
song
what's
that's
wrong?
gonna get you every time?
It depends. Like it depends. Like what I gotta say that Mary J. My Life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That my life, my life, my life. That one right there.
Yeah. Yep. It gets me every time. Every time. Every
Now,
time.
can you listen to Mary J if you're not stressing? Like, can you listen to like, or is it like you gotta be in Mary J mode to listen to Mary J?
Nah. Just throw Mary J on.
Because I feel like I only really be wanting to listen to Mary J when I'm like stressed out, or you know what I mean? Like,
She got happy songs.
Yeah, she got happy songs. She's not always crying about something. Like
Right.
she got some happy joints on there.
even her upbeat songs be kind of like trying to bring you out of a slump. You know what I mean? Like, if you listen to some of her more upbeat songs, like no more like don't need no hater, right? She be like,
Yeah.
need to get up, I need to get up out this, you know what I mean? Get up out this funk a little bit,
What
you know what I
about
mean?
Real Love?
Dun, dun,
Real love
dun,
is like
dun,
Real
one of
Life
dun.
those
is a
songs
good
I can play
joint.
no matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I was about
real
to
love
say,
remind me of like summertime songs.
right. I was about to
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
like, the one, like, female artist I always thought was real sad, like, even when I was younger, was, like, to me, Keisha Cole always sang some, like, sad song.
Yeah, she was like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Keisha Cole, I think they were
Her
trying
songs
to
were pretty
like I
drama
think they were
filled.
trying to
Yeah,
get Keisha Cole to be like the new Mary J. Cause do you remember remember when she
I
did
don't
that
think that could
song?
ever really happen though.
You remember when she did that song with the game, and the game was talking about all the legends in the game, and he had Keisha Cole on there, and then she was at the end, she say something to the effect of like, she even like mentioned Mary's name, and she just like basically just saying like, I'm just trying to pay homage to you. You know what I mean? Like, cause everybody was like making that comparison, and like Mary J really wasn't feeling that. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
They was trying to prop her up to be like the new, like the princess of hip hop and R&B. You know what I mean? Like they're like, nah, they wasn't really feeling that.
I think Mary is just in a lane of her own.
Yeah,
And put that
yeah.
in. Yeah.
So what made you decide that you wanted to be in radio? Like when did you have that spark?
I've had that spark for a very long time, actually. So I did radio in college. An internship that I did was in radio. So, I just kept pushing for, the dream, and it ended up happening. So, Vibe 95 had an opportunity out there, and I took it.
So is this something
So
you do remote, or do you go into the station?
it's all remote. It's all remote for now. So yeah.
How you like that? How you like doing it remote?
I mean, it's good because you get to be in your own space.
Mm-hmm.
You're using your own stuff. You get to be in your own space. You get to be in your own head space, getting your own vibe. So I like it, but some people might not, but I do.
Now, do you do like call-ins on your radio station? Like,
I do some, but I haven't done a lot lately, but I do some.
What are those called? What do people want? What's like one of the most like what's like one of the most common questions or most common feedback you get?
I mean, the most common feedback is just to keep vibing,
Yeah.
loving the music, So that's the most common one is that they love the music.
Do
So
they
like,
do they get the request
okay.
music or no?
Y'all can send me a request. I can't guarantee that I may be able to get to it, but you can definitely send me the request.
What's the most
Um,
annoying request?
I don't think there is an annoying request.
There's like
Everybody
no
got
song
their
that people
own.
always
Nah,
no.
'cause
I was
everything
about,
is so different. Like everything is real. Like just, I mean, like I said, it's a lot of like throwbacks with like Aaliyah and Mary J. Blige, and so I mean, the vibe is real different. You could just get a different type of vibe. You get somebody that be like, "Yo, can I listen to some D'Angelo?" Like, and then the next thing you know, they want to hear Mary J. Blige or they want to hear Cool J. Or so there is no annoying request.
I was about to
All
say you
requests are
ever.
good requests.
Oh
I,
yeah.
I was about to say you ever had anybody like request something that like wasn't really the vibe of the show? You know what I mean? Like, or do most people know what it is going in?
Most people know what the vibe of the show is.
Right.
So our station basically is all like throwback R&B
Okay.
music. So everybody's show does play different throwback music and things like that. So you kind of know the vibe of the show. So
Right.
So do you curate the playlist yourself, or is it like the station?
it's us and the station.
Okay.
So you got to run things by them first to make sure everything is cool and clean to play, of
Mhm.
course. Um, but it's most of us working together to do it.
Okay.
So are there like legal things like as far as like certain things you can't play because y'all don't have the license to it or stuff like that?
Ain't to us.
No, I'm
Like
saying like as far as
there's no touching the music or anything like that, but legal as far as
I'm talking about like not having the rights or licenses to play stuff. You know how like when you play stuff on Instagram and it's like, yo, I don't own the rights to this music. Do y'all running into any of that or no?
oh no, that's why I have to run everything through them first.
Okay, to make
That's
sure y'all
exactly
can
why I
play
have
it.
to run everything through them first. Yeah.
So yeah.
And with the no cussing thing, now are y'all like? I always wondered like, so at the radio, do y'all gotta like go through and like bleep the stuff out, or do y'all just find clean versions?
If they can find the clean version, they'll play the clean version. But if they have to bleep it out, they'll bleep it out or edit it out.
Okay.
It's like Well, it's all throwback, but have you ever like thrown in like somebody like maybe like a local person that's like the neo soul kind of guy? Like did y'all throw in, just be
I've been
like,
I've been looking for some local artists to, who may want to get their music out there. You can definitely check our website, the Vibe 95 website, and you can request, if you're a local artist, you can go ahead and request to sign up, I'm sorry, to get your music played on air. So
okay.
can definitely do that.
So, where's it like actually based out of? Like the headquarters of the station?
DC.
Okay, okay, okay. She said that already. I'm sorry. I hope not. I hope you didn't say that already.
No, I didn't.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't.
Okay. So yeah, man. What's some of the aspirations for like just the channel itself? Like, what do y'all have like company goals and things that y'all want to see happen within the next year or so?
Just to grow bigger. I mean, grow bigger. There's a lot of new stuff that's happening. So, actually, we had a meeting like last week. So, we're working on some new stuff there, just to try to bring in some more listeners and things like that. Um, Also, like my station is under Autolist. So, if you take a look at that, there's a lot of different stations on there too. So, we got hip hop to gospel to sports. There's lots of different stations that we have underneath Autolist, but Vibe is where it's at. So I'm just tell you that right now. Just tell you that right now. Vibe is where it's at. But we are definitely looking to grow more. So if there are local artists out there that's watching this right now, go ahead and submit your music.
Mm. How many disc jockeys do y'all have? Do y'all have a lot of shows or?
So we are on 24/7.
Mm.
So yeah, we're on 24/7. So there's a lot of us. I would say there is six or seven, about seven, eight of us, I would say.
Right. And are your shows pre-recorded? You got or do you do them live?
Some stuff like commercial wise is, but there's other stuff that is live. But for the most part, try to keep it as clean as possible.
Yeah.
They make sure that stuff is clean. We're not
So you
not breaking
guys
the
could do like
rules.
those pranks like Nephew Tommy, man. Those pranks be having me cracking up.
Well, we do have a morning show. And the morning show is the Wake Your Ass Up morning
Mm-hmm.
show. So that is on from 6 to 10. So
Right.
Okay.
definitely got something similar.
So
Similar.
what's your demographic like age wise or gender wise? Like who do you guys typically
Age,
hit?
age wise, I mean, we're looking at, I want to say, we're looking at people in their like late 20s to about early 60s.
Wow.
Dang, that's crazy. That's pretty wild margin.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, there's a lot of everybody's show is different. So there's some people who got maybe that older vibe. There's some people who have like that mid-range vibe, but it's a mixture of things. And
Like what?
I
I
mean,
guess.
you're
What
never
about your
bored.
specific 4 hour block? Like your show?
My
Like
4 hour block,
yeah.
man, there's different stuff in there. So for me, there's like Regina Belle is in there. There's maybe some Monica. There's going to be some Brandy. There's going to be even like we'll throw in a couple new joints in there. So, we got that her with that Chris Brown. Um, so we try to keep, from my particular show, we try to make sure that we keep the vibe a little bit upbeat. It's a mid-morning, like early afternoon show. So I want y'all up and cleaning and vibing to the point where you can't even really finish cleaning because you want to start, singing with the broom. So that's the type of vibe that I go for.
Right.
Okay.
Now, I don't know how to ask it. What portion of your show in particular is like not playing music? You know what I mean? Like, is it like what like you talking in between or like doing segments? Like how much of that type of stuff goes into your show?
It's not a lot. We try to really kind of stick to the music as much as we can.
Okay.
So I might come on and, just, make sure everybody's still vibing, keeping the
Right.
vibe, enjoying the vibe, feeling it. There, might be a few commercials or things, or advertisements in between there. But other than that, we try to stick to the music as much as we possibly can. So,
Okay.
I
So,
might do a little
oh,
entertainment segment with some entertainment news. But I more so try to keep it, short, sweet, and
hmm.
simple, just to keep you locked and vibing to the music. So
Okay.
So your voice more so complements the playlist that's going on. Like every
I
now and then they'll hear you
I
be
feel
like,
like it does. I feel like it does. I mean, that was part of why I got hired. So they were like, "Oh, yeah, we really like your voice, so it'll work with where we want you to go." So
and that's what's interesting too. I watched one of your reels just talking about, when you was first really trying to get into radio, you just had people like say to your face, "Yeah, your voice sucks." You
yeah,
know,
I did. I
so
did.
I know it had to feel good to be like, oh, well, you knew you was dope already, but still, like to have somebody else say like, oh yeah, your voice is dope enough. Matter of fact, here's a job. So
Um,
it's
Right.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, this business is not always going to be great. Everybody's not going to love you. Everybody's not going to like you. Everybody's not going to think that you're capable of doing it. So I definitely, before I even got this opportunity, I had a lot of no's. I mean, I had a lot of no's. And honestly, it took me to just kind of keep pushing myself to keep going at it till I actually ended up with a yes.
Mhm. So
So
I mean, I know I have the
right.
skill. It's
right.
not, it's not that I don't, I know I have it. So anybody coming at me telling me I don't or that I suck, I mean,
Right.
that's you, but I still know that I got it. So,
That's
Big
what's
John
up.
said I should submit life and grandma. I would, but she don't really fuck with me like that. Like she really, I had to pay her like $5,000 to do this interview, y'all.
what?
5,000.
Yeah,
Whatever.
man.
Our
SOS is
company
in
account is already
Whatever.
zero. You mean
yeah,
we in the
yeah,
red
SOS is in the
5,000 already?
negatives. we in
Whatever.
we
He said,
we ain't even
y'all gonna pay her,
Whatever.
you ain't gonna pay me.
Whatever. Whatever.
we started out the game already owing. Dang.
Yeah, man. Gotta fake it till you gotta spin it to make it. But yeah,
Right.
but like your voice, like, low key, like if there was to ever make a new Warriors, like a reboot, like you definitely gotta be that lady, like, hey there, poppers. The
Yeah.
Warriors are in Granted, like
Nowhere to
they're in Gramercy.
run. So I was
Nah,
gonna
me and
ask.
nah, she definitely got a dope voice. Me and Tracy or is it TL? Should I say TL? Am I messing up?
You can just call me Phoenix. It's cool.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Phoenix, yeah, that's what I was doing.
Just
My bad. Anyway, me and Phoenix used to do a radio show called the Hammer Radio Show, and it was like
Oh, I thought you sounded familiar.
it was
I was about
so
to say
loud.
I met her before, like the one time I went over there. I didn't know if you remembered or not, so I didn't bring it
No,
up.
I
Go ahead.
did. I did.
Okay.
I know it's been a while. It's been a
Yeah.
long time, but yeah, I
Okay.
remember. I remember it.
Hammer Radio, stand up, throwback.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was the OG days. That was a great show, but I just felt like we were so loud. We never really got a chance to use Phoenix at her fullest potential. And then it seemed like every show ended up being Battle of the Sexes or just like the most ratchet shit you could do. You know what I mean? Like it just got to a point where it just got wild down there. Like every radio ended up getting just crazy, bro. Like it was breaking up homes. You know what I mean?
Who's breaking up homes?
I had nothing to do with that.
I was
That,
gonna
that had
say,
nothing
Phoenix,
to do
can
with
you comment on that?
Every radio used to definitely violate
As
the
a sophomore
airwaves.
in high school, that was my favorite part of it. I used to be sitting there cracking up.
It definitely used to get a
I
little
must admit,
spicy.
we had a good show.
Yeah,
We had a good show. It was a good
yeah,
show.
yeah. We had like there was a run where I really feel like, damn, if we could have stayed in that sweet spot, the part that really effed it up for me was when we moved to that other building and we had all those technical difficulties and we just couldn't figure it out. I think people just kind of like got disenchanted with it. But if we
Yeah.
could have been able to keep it ratchet at the Diamond building,
Keep it ratchet.
we'd have been able to keep it ratchet at the Diamond building, man. We probably would, like, cause the thing about it is, when people don't know Phoenix, and I'm not sure if you really recognize this, but yo, they say the Drink Champs was like the first in the podcast get like. Nigga, we was really the
Yeah, that
OGs
was
of that
us.
podcast shit, bro.
That was definitely us.
We was
That
the
Like,
that was
OGs
most
of that shit.
like
definitely us.
back when y'all so back when y'all was doing Hammer Radio, like how many people was doing podcasts? Like was podcasts like a regular thing as it was now?
I ain't really see, like, to be honest, I got the idea from my man Mike Crandall. Shout out to him. But the only person in the city that was really doing it like on a major level was a guy by the name of Jim Crenn. He was a white guy. He was a comedian, and he had a really good following. So he was doing it out of like one of these bars, like a bar and grill. Every week he would go down there and tape it. You know, he was basically trying to do what the Drink Champs do. So whenever I found out about it, I was like, shit, we could just do it from a young black person's perspective, you know what I mean? To like really turn this shit up, you know what I mean? And I would say for about 30 weeks, we was a little lit, you know what I mean? For about 30 good weeks.
I would definitely say we were. I mean, we hit on some. I mean, there was some craziness that happened. Like we just. I don't even know how half of the conversations even started.
What was the most
And
embarrassing conversation? What was the most embarrassing? Like, I mean, I don't know where to find those things at, but if you was like, "Hello, this is Phoenix, and I'll be joining the new hottest radio station," and then somebody was like, just brought out the Pamela radio
I was about
tapes.
to say, y'all know y'all's YouTube channel still is up, right?
I
I'm
gotta
still
look. I gotta look.
subscribed
See if
to
it's
it
still.
on YouTube. I'm still like,
Oh, well, I gotta check those shits out.
yeah, it's
I
still
actually
up.
forgot about that.
It's
Oh, okay, so it's still there.
Uh-oh.
Okay, it's still there. All right. So we got proof that, something was
Was there any shows that you hope don't make the surface that you can recall for sure?
probably majority of the last like 20 of them. Like,
Dang, the last 20 weeks.
dang.
So that's
Yeah,
more
they
than
used to go,
half.
especially when we was
no,
at the Diamond building, bro. It was foul, bro. It was filthy, bro. I'm talking like it was like my wife at the time could hear the filth through the radio, like she could just
Ugh.
hear it. You know what I mean? And when I came home, she would just IB me. You know what I mean? Just like, the fuck was y'all down there talking about, man? Like, man, it's just
That's funny.
entertainment.
Uh-oh.
I
So
mean,
then
our
like
conversations definitely went left.
Big laugh.
Like I mean, they were good
how left are we
conversations because I
talking?
felt like it was topics that maybe people just didn't want to even touch on. But
We had like a sex. We had like a sex. I don't know, like a sex advocate. What would you call it? Somebody just like super. They're not a sex educator, but like that's like their main thing. You know what I mean? Like they just kind of always talk about that.
Enthusiast?
But like she was like in media. She was like a personality too. You know what I
Uh,
mean? I
Oh.
don't know what you would call that. But basically, she came on there. That show was just foul. We was saying the foulest shit on that show. Then we had a girl come down there. She was a model, but she likely
Uh-oh. The quotes.
she likely was into some other shit. Man, was getting naked
I
on
mean,
the
but
show.
we did do some good stuff. I mean, we had some local music artists on there.
But yeah,
We
nah. I feel like we was turning up. We had a lot of like, we were real innovative, especially once we did them shows that was like, we took it live. You know what I mean? Took it to Nate the Fats, and we did those live shows. Like, nah, we could have. Damn, I wish we could just capture that moment. You know what I mean? Like, and shit that was dope. But it was just us learning on the fly for real. But yeah, Hammer Radio, man, that was a wild
It was
ride.
good. I mean, it was a good moment.
Yeah.
I feel like we had a good run.
Hmm.
But
So so Phoenix, what would you say you learned from your experience at Hammer Radio?
I will say I learned how to be a little bit more comfortable with my voice. Because I had been out of the game for a minute. So when Los approached me about it, I was like, And I was like, I'll give it a shot, see what happens. And I was there from the beginning to the end.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
it was
Definitely
definitely a
killed it.
good
There,
experience.
there was another female member of the team, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Am I
that's who he
right?
was just talking. That's who he was just
Oh,
talking
okay.
about.
yeah. Nah, she was definitely spicy, man. There was a lot of shows. I was like, when I get home, there's likely gonna be a coffee mug flung at my head, like you know what I mean? Because
Just
she
because
was
he was around.
I
literally.
mean, no, she would be honest, but then y'all would egg her on, like y'all would literally pick at her, and it would make her angry, and it just
I mean, what? Give us
it
an
was good
example.
radio. I'll say that it was
Oh my
good
goodness,
radio,
bro! We
but
would
the
have
after
if we would have
effects
had
was
like
like,
this much marketing. Oh my fucking god, bro! We'd have been out of here,
I
bro.
don't remember any examples from that girl, but I remember there was one episode. Y'all had this one dude on there. I swear he was like talking about like back when Vine was popping. I swear he was talking about how to find like porn on Vine, and he was talking about all the hashtags you follow to get there. And I remember, bro, that was the one episode I played for one of my friends too. Man, I was crying.
Yeah, man, he's doing the
Bro,
Lord's work, dropping that
Bro, you
sauce,
talk
man.
about cancel culture. Like, I think really the only people that would be safe from that show would be Phoenix and maybe Michael. Like, those are the only people whose reputation would not be sullied to the fucking gutter. Like,
Oh gosh, were you doing like stereotypical accents or something?
nah, it would just like, man, like the conversation would just get away from you. Like, you'd be interviewing model A or B, and then before you know it, they're like disrobing. You're just like, oh fuck, how the fuck is this happening right now? Like,
See, I was on some Howard Stern shit.
I was about to say that's Howard Stern, bro. Oh my god, that's
I
funny.
mean, all that stuff didn't happen until we moved. When we moved, it was a little bit
yeah,
just everything went left. I
right.
promise. I swear. It's just everything went left. The conversations went left. Just everything. Everything went left. But it was always, I will say this, it was always entertaining. It was
Yeah,
definitely entertaining. It was definitely fun. We had people that wanted to come back. So it was definitely a great experience, I would say, for me.
yeah.
Um, so, I appreciate you wanting me to be a part of that moment.
Oh yeah, man, for sure. Like, and I appreciate you dealing with me because I ain't gonna lie, man. There'll be sometimes we would do the show, man. It would either be mid show or after the show, and I'd look over at you and I'd be like, "Damn, she went to school for this shit, bro."
Yo, I was just. It's like 4 years of radio school for this shit. I gotta hear about dicks and pussy all day. I
We
will not let my parents know they won.
definitely had conversations that I would never expect for it to go the way that they did. So I kind of just sat back and I was like, I ain't got no comment. I ain't making no comment because if this comes back around in about 20 years, this is going to kill me. I'm not going to say
Yeah, I think
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
god.
with Lord one
just
time.
keep it cool, and I'm not gonna worry about it. Like I'm gonna let them do their thing, but y'all ain't gonna get me in 20 years talking about, well, this is what you said.
Oh yeah,
But
Yeah,
yeah,
like
we
I
don't do
man.
said,
that.
as
You know my
someone,
dude. Go ahead, B.
I would say that someone who used to listen to y'all, it never came through like that though. Like y'all, like like y'all definitely felt like this man, like genuine. Even that one episode, like you took me to when y'all like taped, like
Mm-hmm.
even being there, like that never came off like that. Like y'all definitely flowed well off each other, even though like apparently y'all was thinking that in the background.
No, it's because like like when you're raised right, when when you raised right and you just know that, like, boy, you just this is borderline smut that I'm putting out. Like, oh, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be doing this shit. But
No, I mean, my mom would be like, "Well, can I listen?" No, you cannot listen to none of this. None of it.
That's
None of
funny.
it. I
Like you
don't
have to
want
get
you
cool with a
listening.
lot of shit real quick, man. That's all.
Yeah. Like, no, I like our relationship the way it is. Let's not do
Oh, you must confess to some shit then. That's why.
that. She'll be like,
I
I
mean,
can't
and then
believe, why
like
were you talking about things like this? No, don't listen. Just don't listen.
there would be like we would be, you know, we'd go rambling on some type of conversation that would get real spicy, and then I would just we'd be like, "What do you think about that, Phoenix?" And she'd be like, just like, what can I say? Like, she
I
just have to
told you I
be
wasn't having
patient.
y'all coming back. I know y'all was not gonna get me to say some stuff that was gonna come back at me in 20 years in the middle of my career, and they'd be
Yeah.
like, "Well, so we found this," and I'd be like, "Oh, damn,
You know what I noticed
no."
though? Like, so like we had a guy named Big T. He would come with like a whole bottle of Julio. Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
like he would just it'd be gone by the end of the show. Yeah,
Oh
man.
shit.
So that's how a lot of these conversations would start. Like we would be talking about like something political, and then before you know it, it'd be like, man, I'll shoot a nigga in his face. You know what I mean? You'd be like, oh. Yeah, man. But what I noticed is like, cause I be looking at a lot of like media these days and just trying to understand how media gets made. And what I noticed is like looking back on it, like Phoenix and Michael was the audience. You know what I mean? And they spoke for the audience. So a lot of times when we was like going the fuck off, like I was the host, and then like Courtney and Big T, those was really the main attractions. You know what I mean? Aiden was he kind of like represented like the others, you know what I mean, like people outside of the culture, and then like uh Phoenix and Michael, they represented like the audience listening, so they would kind of speak. The way they would speak would be almost like how the audience would respond, you know what I mean, like to how shit was. So we almost had like commentary from all perspectives, like on one show. I think that's the reason why it works so well, you know what I mean, like. And I would
We
just
had
kind of try
balance.
my best to just keep the conversation going. You know what I mean? Just douse fires here, ignite fires over there. You know what I mean? As much as I could. You know?
We had balance. It was good. It was
Yeah.
good. It worked. That's all.
Only show
It
that I
worked.
didn't like, the one like I think about to this day is like, damn, that was one of the wackest shows ever. Is when we had to damn near kick that girl off the show. We basically just told her like, well, the interview's over because you're whack.
Oh
This is
yeah,
whack.
yeah,
Remember
What
that?
was he?
yeah.
Was he like giving like one word answers or some shit?
Right. We was
Oh,
like, the fuck? All right,
Was
bye.
she like an artist or something?
She was a model. You know what I mean?
oh
hot
man.
hot stuff, I guess. But yeah.
She
So
dishonored her demographic.
we talk about the Heaven Radio Show and stuff like that, and obviously we'd be canceled to fucking smithereens for that shit that we been doing on there. But do you believe in cancel culture? How do you feel about cancel culture and shit?
I don't think you need to cancel culture.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's gonna have their own opinion about it, but do it for what? What's it gonna do?
I mean, I guess it just satisfies you in the moment. You know what I mean, makes you feel like you have a voice, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, everybody. Here's the thing: go ahead and speak your piece. Do
Mm-hmm.
what you're gonna do because nobody's gonna speak it up for you. So just
Mm-hmm.
speak it.
But when you were coming up before cancel culture, was there anybody you wish could have got canceled? Just thinking about like people that you listen to, like, damn, I wish we could just take their damn cell phone, take their microphone, like these motherfuckers is talking too much shit.
Um, I don't know. I
Yeah.
never thought of it that way. Like I just felt like people were just doing what they do,
Right.
doing what they do.
So
Somebody out there is going to like it.
so
One
what do you
person.
do like what are you do you want to add any, I guess, like edge to the show that you do? Like, do you feel like there's things that you can't do because it might be a bit too much? You know what I mean? Or let me ask it another way. You seem to be pretty happy with the radio show, but are there things that you wish y'all could do, or are there ideas that you want to implement that could probably make it better?
I mean, I'm working on some new stuff now. So
Mm-hmm.
I have some ideas that, I kind of need to present and talk about and figure out how to execute those.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and what I love about working with the people with Vibe right now is because they will listen and they will take our ideas and they'll be like, all right, let's mold this and let's figure out how to get it out there and how it's going to work. And maybe if it's presented and it doesn't work, then we look at it from a different angle and figure out how we can make it work. So if it ends up working, great. If it doesn't, then we need to come up with something different. But the one thing that I love of them is that they give me creative control. So I just have to make sure it's in legal ways of being done. So I love the fact that they give me the control to be able to be creative with my show.
So are you willing to do Hammer Radio again? Boot it up, get crazy.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get
I mean,
crazy.
let's go ahead. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's
I
gonna
was
be
about to say, y'all
bigger,
already got the YouTube channel.
Yeah,
bigger,
Right,
more
yeah.
ratchet.
let's do it. Let's do it.
Weekly
Let's,
strippers.
let's go for it. I'm ready for it.
The
Only you
three
got
Only thing we
B's.
need,
one of your rappers
we
only
just
come on the
need
show
like,
if you convicted felon. Oh, you got fans in here that said her show is fire.
Thanks,
thank you, thank
thanks,
you, thank
thanks,
you,
Bookie83.
Okay,
thank you, thank
okay.
you.
That's what's up. Yeah, your fans
So
is
I
mad loyal.
definitely make sure that it's like I said, it's the weekend, so I want to make sure y'all weekend is right, and it's hot out, so y'all, I gotta make sure y'all cookout is right
Oh
now.
yeah,
So
for sure.
you know, so definitely tune into the show, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
All right, all right, all right. So can I get you to do like a little ranking for me, and we could probably turn this into some cool banter. One
Uh,
gotta go.
okay, go ahead.
80s R&B, 90s R&B, or
Ooh,
early 2000s.
mm, mm. Early 2000s.
Early
Had
2000s?
to, if it
What?
had to
I'm
go,
surprised to hear you say that because what I know about you, I know one thing for certain, two things for sure. If for some reason somebody was like, if you got cloned and I was like, I didn't know which one to shoot, but I gotta shoot one of you in the face. Ooh, whichever one isn't the real you get shot in the face. And I was like, who's your favorite R&B singer? If they said anything other than Usher, wow, right in the face. So for you to say 2000s R&B, that's like his
I mean,
prime.
Usher was late 90s.
But 2000s is definitely Usher's prime. You got Confessions,
I mean, you
8701.
do got his Confessions album. I will say the Confessions album, still to this day, is his best album.
Where does
Like,
it rank all time? If you go on top five, is it in the top five?
yeah, I could give it top five.
What
I could
what
definitely.
albums is it beating? Like is it what albums is it better than? Is it better than Thriller?
No.
Is it better than
I was about to say, speaking of cancel culture, they get her for that. You can't have her say that on camera.
I
I'm surprised you say 2000s. All right, so you got 90s and 80s. Which one
have
gotta
like
go?
here's the other thing too. Like I have an old soul. So for me, like that 80s and 90s R&B, I mean, you talking like, come on, Tevin Campbell?
Mm.
You're talking about, Boyz II Men, like that early like 80s '90s R&B. I love it. I love the early 2000 stuff too.
So you fuck
But
with Tank when Tank say that Chris Brown is better than MJ and Usher?
I will say I don't know if I agree,
He said he
but I
didn't say
don't know
better.
if
He
I
said more
technically
talented. Exactly what he said. More talented.
More talented.
I
more
was with
talented.
Just
That's
like talent
interesting.
for talent. Like I could sing, I could dance, I could rap. You know what I mean? I could write. You know what I mean? Like I'm just a total package. You come to see my show, you're gonna be more entertained at my show than you're gonna be at Michael's or Usher's.
But Michael, if Michael set the bar,
Mm,
like Michael is the one that set the bar, so he is the one that they like Chris and Usher tried aspire to be in entertainment wise, you know. So he set that bar. So they're looking at it like I just want to get close to that, but not tech. They can't. They know they can't be that.
mm-hmm.
So like I don't think he's more. I would if I don't think either of them are more talented than Michael Jackson was, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, they're definitely neck and neck as far as talent goes. I mean, I've been to an Usher concert. He's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that was the Confessions tour. Like, he's amazing in a show. Like, and Chris Brown is the exact like. I mean, you're talking about two people who I don't even know if you could put them in the same comparison. To be honest,
Okay.
because you could put Chris Brown on a straight pop song and it'll still be like a hit. You
Yeah.
could probably try to do it with Usher, and it'll be
Right.
it's
Right.
okay.
Well, I
But
mean that
Chris,
"Oh My God" song. That's like a record. That OMG. Oh my God. Oh.
yeah, but it still got that Usher feel to it. Like he
Mm-hmm.
still has a bit of that Usher feel to it. So it's almost like when he used to sing with Justin Bieber when Justin was like 15, like, and Justin was straight like pop music.
Y'all
It
saw that
sound
video with Justin Bieber
Yeah,
talking
something
about.
wrong with his face or something. Like,
There was like another one that surfaced talking about one less nigga and one lonely nigga or something like that. You see that shit?
oh,
if that's out there, bro, that's funny. I
Yeah, he's talking
know.
about if he was in the clan, there'd be one less nigga. He just singing it though, like it ain't nothing. It was crazy, bro. He was like 14.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. Oh my
Oh,
god,
you
that's
saw that?
no. I said I gotta watch it. I thought you was talking
Uh,
about the thing with his face. I didn't know he was out here saying he was saying that. If that's out there,
yeah,
that's
because it was
funny.
like people was like, oh, poor Justin, his face is melting, and then it was like, oh, this is your king. He was out there talking about one less nigga.
Oh, bro, I don't know. That's the thing, bro. My sense of humor is all jacked up, bro. Because I'll see that and I'll laugh for 3 days. I
yeah,
can't.
I
that
heard
that
it's
gotta be.
curable. I heard it's like something you gotta take some vitamins and he'll be okay.
Oh,
I hope it
okay.
is. That would be tragic. Like if he just had paralysis of the face forever, that would be crazy.
Yeah, no, that's wild,
That'd be like LeBron, like having a career-ending injury or some shit like that.
Yeesh.
bro. That was like when SZA had that throat disease and they found that
Mm,
she couldn't sing no more.
yeah,
You remember that? Like that was wild. Like people thought that like it was over for her.
yeah. I think it just be moving too fast. Like when I was on tour last year, it's just like you do get to a point where your body just start to shut down and just don't be doing shit that you needed to do. Like, and
Right,
I can only imagine if they're doing the dates that they're doing. Like, I feel like just be moving too fast. You know what I mean?
right.
Mm.
And then who knows what else they be doing? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, man. So Phoenix, as an avid R&B listener, what did you think of like Jacquees's like trolling? I guess like because I know
oh, he
like
was saying he's the king of R&B.
yeah, 'cause, like I saw like every R&B fan was just so
now
like ass
he's
mad about
probably
it.
one person they could have took his phone from. That somebody needs to do that. Like he ain't he's talented. Yes, he can sing, but he is nobody's king, prince to be of
Mm.
no.
I think
Uh-uh.
people just do that, like, because you remember when T.I. did the King of the South? It was like people wasn't even really talking about his raps as much as they were talking about him saying he was the king of the South. Like, that's just some. publicity and shit. You know what I mean?
He shouldn't have did that because he was nobody's. No,
But that My
he
Peace song goes crazy, bro.
shouldn't.
Like I
He
still
shouldn't
play
have
it to
been.
this day.
Oh,
I
which
mean,
one?
it's all. I don't
What you laughing at me?
You made me curious. I'm gonna look at that Justin Bieber.
Oh my
He
god.
had to
He's
watch it
straight
live.
faced in the camera saying one less. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he said
can't.
one less
That's
nigga,
funny.
bro. That's crazy.
So it's safe to say you weren't a fan of Jack Queese's trolling of
No,
the
I was not.
R&B old heads.
I
but
think he was
I
bored. I think he was bored and
but
wanted to say something.
but the
My
funny
only
thing was though, like these old motherfuckers got up like, hey, god damn it, I can still hold on, the fucking
that
Jack
was
Queese
my
piece of shit. Like
that was the
like
reason why I thought it was genius and it was funny because he made all them old R&B dudes get up, come out of retirement, and sing a verse on and post it on Twitter. No, not Twitter, Instagram. You know what I mean? And then
Right.
like well, this was before the incident and everything, but Tory Lanez said something around that time. And he was like, bruh, like, all y'all upset and all y'all's mad, where y'all been? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he said, Jay Holiday, we ain't seen you since the Suffocate video, dog. Like, where you been? Like,
He said Jay Holiday came out. Nah, he could have sat that one out.
nah, it's just like, it was them type of dudes. It was, you know what I mean? It's like,
like ones you ain't heard from in
you ain't had a
years.
hit since '03, and now you mad because this kid just said something on the internet? Like, get over it.
My boy, he used to buy everything that came out. Like anything that was remotely hot, he would buy it, bro. And like I'm pretty sure at his house right now, he has a cassette tape of Jay Holiday sitting somewhere, muscle between like I don't even know. Just like what's the, I'm trying to think like it's sitting somewhere between like we are Kronk or some Kings of Kronk or some shit like that, and
uh,
like fucking Lloyd.
But
I
that's
fuck with Lloyd though. Lloyd was my dog.
Lloyd was dope.
And
His
to be
man,
honest, like respect to Jay Holiday, he was hard too. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened. I guess he just must have had like a bad deal or something because he just seemed like he never came back out after that one joint.
the bad
But he
deal was
definitely had his.
Lloyd. Lloyd got screwed over by who was dude that murder egg? Uh,
Irv.
yeah, Irv Gotti. Irv Gotti screwed Lloyd over. That's how Lloyd's career ended up messing up. Because he did one song with 50 Cent, and Irv Gotti like became his mortal enemy. Like it was like I watched the Unsung with him. It was wild. Like they had Irv Gotti there doing the interview, and Irv Gotti was still mad. I'm like, bruh, it's been like 11 years. Get over it. Like,
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Or the ink
But
don't even exist no more, right?
right.
It don't even
nah,
exist no more.
I don't
So,
think so.
So were you into the verses when they was popping?
some of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched I watched some of them. Like
What
I
was like
did
your
watch.
favorite one?
Again, I'm old school, so like that Earth, Wind, and Fire with the Isley Brothers was
Yo,
my.
it's
How do you feel about the Teddy Riley one?
There
When
was
you
too
so
many.
disappointed?
It was too many
Too much going
complications,
on.
and I was
uh
just like, can anybody get their internet right? And I'm tired. I gotta go to work. Like,
I feel
but
like
the
a
one
lot of
that
those early verses people die for the cause. Like they need to give them a reboot, let them do it one more time. You know what I mean? Like Teddy
Yeah,
Riley need to
bro.
get a chance to come on back,
They
get redemption.
they had Sprint. Oh, oh man, sorry, my dog clicked me out the app. Stop.
uh, damn it,
uh,
Jace.
yeah, it was well, there you go. It was like they had like cricket Wi-Fi or something. Like I don't know what was
Right.
happening with some of them early ones. Like all that
But
money they had, and they was struggling.
like when they got on stage finally, who was like those two? It was these two ladies. I want to say one of them was Shaka Khan or something.
Yeah, Shaka
Oh
Khan
yeah,
and
Shaka
Anita
But
Khan
she
was
was so
drunk too.
obviously stoned.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was drunk as
yeah.
hell.
Like Anita, was it? I think it was Anita Baker who was like just drunk out of her mind. They said she was. They said she was out there just going off it. Like it was wild.
I
Like
hope not. That would be a shame.
they said Shaka Khan had to help her like sing her songs, bro. Like it
I
was
think it was
bad.
Shaka Khan that was drunk. Yeah, I
Oh
swear.
wait. Oh,
Yeah, I
was
think it
it?
was
Oh,
Shaka
okay. She was
Khan
a
that was
drunk.
drunk.
Okay, I thought she was a bad. Like I know, like the
Yeah,
other girl
sober.
had to help her and shit. Just like I know, like she was kind of whispering, like, "God damn it, you're making this look bad. What the fuck are you doing?" Anyway, like,
Hey, this thing gonna cut us off soon, so I wanted to